All right. So you guys sent in this episode of like an English learning podcast, right? And you wanted to like, I don't know, take a deeper look at these 10 words they said would, make you sound smarter.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of funny though because it's not just about sounding smart, is it?
No, I mean, not really. It's more about like understanding stuff better,
Right.
like
Right.
expressing yourself in a more, I don't know, sophisticated way.
Totally. Like if you can use these words correctly, it shows you've got a good grasp of their deeper meaning.
Okay, so let's jump into it then. The first word they talked about was articulate. Basically, it means being able to explain yourself clearly, right?
Right. But it's a bit more than just that. Articulate people, they don't just like throw words around. They think about what they're saying, they structure their thoughts, and they choose the right words to make their point.
Oh, so like someone who's really good at giving presentations or something.
Exactly. Someone who can hold your attention, make you understand what they're saying, and even make you feel something.
Gotcha. So articulate is like clear and effective communication.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Okay, cool. Then they went on to eloquent. Is that like the same thing?
It's similar, but eloquent takes it to another level. Think about like a really powerful speech or a piece of writing that just like blows you away.
Oh, I see.
It's about using language in a really beautiful and persuasive way. It's not just about being understood, it's about making an impact. The example they gave on the podcast was his eloquent speech moved the audience. It's about moving people with your words.
Wow. Okay, so articulate is clear, eloquent is impactful. Got it.
Exactly.
Next up was intrinsic. They didn't really go into detail about this one, so I'm kind of curious. What does it mean?
Intrinsic is all about the essential nature of something. It's like the thing that makes it what it is, you
So you
know?
give me an example.
Sure, sure. Like if you say someone has an intrinsic motivation to do something, it means they're doing it because they genuinely enjoy it, not because of some external reward or like pressure from someone else.
Oh, okay. So it's like something that comes from within, right?
Right.
Not from outside
You
forces.
got it.
Right. And then they talk about ambiguous. That one always trips me up. What's the best way to think about it?
Well, think about a time when you heard someone say something and you're like, wait, what did they actually mean?
Oh, yeah, like when someone's trying to be vague on purpose.
Exactly. That's ambiguity. It means something can be interpreted in multiple ways, which can lead to, confusion or misunderstandings. Like, if you've ever read a contract that was full of, like, really vague language, that's ambiguous. It could mean different things to different people,
Right, right. So ambiguous is basically just unclear or open to interpretation. Makes sense.
pretty much.
Okay. Moving on, we have meticulous. I always think of this as like someone who's really careful and detailed in their work.
Yeah, that's a perfect way to describe it. Meticulous people pay attention to the tiniest details and they like really strive for perfection. Think of like a surgeon who has to be incredibly precise, or maybe um, someone who makes those super complicated watches.
Wow, yeah, that makes sense. So meticulous is all about being super thorough and precise.
Yep, no room for error there.
Okay. And how about persuasive? What
Yeah.
makes someone persuasive, do you think?
Persuasive people, they have this ability to get other people to see things their way. They can
Mhm.
convince you of something even if you weren't on board at first.
So it's like the art of influence, basically.
Exactly. Think about the best salespeople you've ever met, or like amazing public speakers who can like rally a crowd. They all have that persuasive quality.
That's a good point. I guess it takes a certain kind of charisma too, right?
Definitely. And a deep understanding of human psychology.
Makes sense.
hmm
All right, empathetic is next. This is one I think we could all use a little more of in the world.
Absolutely. Empathy is all about putting yourself in someone else's shoes, really trying to understand their feelings and their perspective.
So it's not just about like feeling sorry for someone, it's about actually getting where they're coming from.
Exactly. It's about connecting with them on an emotional level. And that can be really powerful, especially when it comes to resolving conflicts or just building stronger relationships.
Totally agree. Empathy is super important. Okay, what about resilient? I've heard this one a lot lately, but I'm still not entirely sure what it means.
Think about like rubber band. You can stretch it, you can pull on it, but it always bounces back to its original shape, right?
Oh, yeah, so it's like being able to bounce back from challenges and setbacks.
Exactly. Resilient people, they don't give up easily. They face adversity head on and they learn and grow from their experiences. It's like that saying, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
I like that. Resilience is definitely a good quality to have. All right, we're almost there. What about dynamic?
Dynamic is all about energy, excitement, and constant change.
So like someone who's always on the move and, I don't know, full of life.
Yeah, exactly. They're not afraid to try new things. They're always learning and growing, and they just have this contagious enthusiasm.
I can see that. So dynamic is basically the opposite of like boring and predictable.
Totally.
Okay, and last but not least, innovative.
Innovative people, they're the ones who come up with the new ideas, the groundbreaking solutions. They're always pushing the boundaries, challenging the status quo.
So it's all about creativity and thinking outside the box.
Exactly. And a willingness to take risks and experiment.
Makes sense. So there you have it, folks. 10 words that can not only boost your vocabulary, but also help you think about the world in new ways.
And here's a challenge for you. How can you use these words to improve your own life? Maybe articulate can help you nail that next presentation, or maybe innovative can spark a new project or business idea.
It's all about taking these words and putting them into action.
Exactly. Don't just let them sit there in your vocabulary. Use them. Make them a part of your everyday life.
And that's our deep dive for today. Hope you learned something new. Until next time.
See ya!